You cannot think your way to stillness. Most business owners are trying to outrun the noise rather than learning how to live alongside it. And the noise does not stop, but your relationship with it can change entirely. Thank you for listening to Routine is Revenue, your place to build routines and bank results. I'm Ildiko Steely, your routine and performance strategist, focused on helping business owners build a life that still makes sense when the business gets loud. And inner calm is where it starts. This episode is for you if you feel like you are always on, you are always processing, and you are always just one notification away from losing your thread. Well, if you are ready to build stillness as a practice rather than waiting for it to arrive, let's go. In this routine reset, we explore inner calm, the stillness, reflection, and grounding practices that sit in the spiritual health pillar of the temple method. We will also draw on insights from last week's episode with Sandy Miodo-Guji, who brings a deeply considered perspective on how our inner state and our outer environment are more connected than most of us realize. Our business owners are trained to value output, to measure themselves by what they produce, what they decide, and what they move forward. But in that culture, stillness can feel indulgent. Like a luxury you will earn once things settle down. But what I know from my own experience and from the people I work with, things never settle down. The business grows, of course, the demands grow with it. Then email volumes will increase, your decisions will multiply. And if you have not built the practice of inner calm into the structure of your day, then you will definitely be waiting for the quiet that never comes. But the deeper problem is that without stillness, you lose access to your own thinking, not the reactive surface level processing that responds to what's in front of you, but the deeper thinking. The kind that sees patterns, the one that generates ideas, and the one that recognizes when something is just not working. That is the kind that knows what actually matters. The kind of deeper thinking that needs space, but that space does not appear by accident. Over time, a life without stillness is a life lived entirely in response mode. You become very good at reacting, but the flip side is that you also become progressively less able to initiate, to reflect, and to lead from a grounded place. Inner calm is not the absence of pressure. It's actually the capacity to remain coherent within it. Essentially, this capacity is built through practice and not stumbled upon in a quiet moment. And the practices that build inner calm are much simpler than most people expect, and certainly a lot more resulting than they look. Meditation is probably the most direct route. 2 short 5-minute sessions of guided breathing in the morning and night, done consistently, will begin to shift your baseline for sure. And as we discussed in Routine Reset 9 on rhythm and routines, the bookending of your day with these anchors changes the quality of everything in between. Journaling is definitely another practice worth taking seriously because it's a really powerful tool for processing. When you write down what you are feeling before you begin the day, you externalize the mental load, so it's no longer circling in your head, it's there on the page, and that creates clarity. Walking, my favorite. It definitely deserves a mention. Not just as exercise, though of course that is it as well, but as a thinking space. A walk without a podcast, without a phone call, or even just simply without an agenda is one of the most effective cognitive reset tools available to you. And then there is what Sandy brought to the conversation, forgiveness. The realization that we don't actually forgive the other person. We forgive ourselves to move on and not poison our own mind. Now, my relationship with forgiveness has been a bit rocky. It's kind of like, why should I forgive my mom for leaving me when I was 10? But self-development work made me realize that holding on to those crippling feelings of being unwanted or unloved is really detrimental to my own progress. And that was her decision. And mine now is to do deep soul work and replace these limiting beliefs with recent feelings of real experiences from real people. The result, I stopped wasting precious energy on hating someone or something and achieve inner calm. So, what if the constant motion continues? Yeah, you stay productive, you definitely stay busy, but you can lose the thread of what you are actually building and why. And without that stillness, that strategic thinking just degrades. Not because you become less intelligent, but because the space where insight arrives gets filled with the noise before it has a chance to form. And there is also a serious relational cost. Now, people who have no inner calm bring that restlessness into their interactions. What's going to happen to your conversations? They'll feel rushed. Your decisions will be pressured. And the people around you will definitely begin to feel the weight of your unsettledness, and they won't even know why. So, over time, a business built entirely in reaction mode will begin to drift, only quietly, and in a direction of whatever is loudest rather than what is important. You see, you simply cannot lead from a mind that never stops. Inner calm is not a personal indulgence, it's a leadership requirement. When you do start building stillness into your day, not when things get quieter, because they never will, not after the next launch or the next quarter, but now, while the noise is high, because that is exactly when the practice matters most. And if this has touched something you have been pushing to the side, your next step is very simple. I'm leading the routine revolution, and as part of my 52 to 52 campaign, I'm offering a complimentary routine audit every week for 52 weeks from April. In these one-to-one hours, we work out your whole temple of health for wealth, including the spiritual health pillar and the practices within it. So click on the link in the show notes to book your session and make space for yourself every day. Absolutely everything else works better when you do. And remember, a healthier you makes a wealthier you.